out of Crispy's projects, and this is a nice Porsche 914. You don't see many of these knocking around. This is potentially one of 118,000 ever made, which is very good statistics from 1969 to 1975 or 1976. So I've pushed my Corrado project out of the way and brought this in, and it didn't quite sound right, did it? So the owner's brought it over for me to have a little bit of a tinker with, because he knows I like my old VWs, and this is basically 4-cylinder air-cooled engine. So what we've got today is we've got some replacement gaskets and some replacement uprated studs. Luckily the race collector is individual, because it looked like a full branch manifold, but they're not welded up there, and there's the problem. That's basically the exhaust header. The thing is, it goes through these two pipes, so I might be able to squeeze through, might be able to go round. Only one way to find out. There we go. It's straight into the exhaust there. You can see where it's been blown by for some time. That stud does not look straight. It actually looks like it's been welded in before, possibly not straight. Let's have a look. We can see just that fatigue. Oh dear. So the in-car repair is not going quite as smoothly as you would have hoped, not as if it was a brand new engine. But even then, they can go wrong. So we can see where it's been leaking around that seal, and on those you can actually see where it's been pounding and knocking. You just see there. So that's not great. And then just trial fit. So that copper ring goes on the top of there. Just balance it all the way. That looks like it's all in place. So I'll just get a nut on there to stop it from falling down. If we look up there, you might be able to see just the edge of the copper gasket there. That shows that it's actually in place. So that was a very unsuccessful afternoon, but we did learn one thing: proceed with caution when buying an ex-race car. That stud is the one that had been through the exhaust manifold, and that's all that was holding it in on the side. So I concentrated on the other side because that was loose, all that was good and clean. But then when I tightened that up, I just dragged that out, and that is some form of chemical metal. So it looks like the heads have been completely and utterly mullered, and then all this chemical metal have been pushed in, and then the stud may have been put in, may have been tapped, dyed. Looking at the size of it, I think that was just pushed in, because we can actually see which there's not much of a definition. If that had been filled in and then cut, that would have probably lasted a lot longer, at least another 5,000 miles rather than the 100 miles or so that it has done. But that's fine. That's what you do when you buy an unknown vehicle that has, and the engine has been used for racing, so it has pulled really good horsepower. I think it's about 120 on the rolling road as it was. So that's not bad for a little car, is it? I still don't know what size engine it is. I need to master that. But hey ho, I keep looking at this. So I think in the next episode we're going to be attempting to take the heads off and see what we can do to fix them, and actually look at the damage a little bit closer. Let's see if we can get this right. So if this is the sort of content you like, remember to share, like and subscribe. And most important, subscribe, because well, you don't see many projects on 914s anymore. So that's all for me before it starts raining again. Ta-da.